Hey YouTube, and especially to my subscribers on YouTube. I just wanted to say thank you so much for your support over the years, especially the last year or so. I've been putting out films here and there and tutorials and chase videos, and the comments and the kind words of support have been overwhelming. The especially Vorticity 2, when it just came out, had so many comments from you guys. I tried to get back to as many as I possibly could, but there's so many that I didn't. So just so you know, I read all those. I take it in. I appreciate it. Some people ask questions. Some people have a very unique comment that I try to respond to. I appreciate that. But again, thank you for being a part of this channel. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Patreon, something I started back in May. I had some friends, Daniel Shaw, Pecos Hank, epic dudes, good friends of mine, say, Mike, you really need to start a Patreon page. It'd be great for your business. It'd be great to share your tutorials and storm targets and stuff like that, with an audience of people that kind of want to support me and I guess pay for it in a way. So I haven't talked about it on YouTube too much. I do have it in the description of all my videos, where it says support me, click on Patreon. You'll see it at the bottom of this one as well. But for YouTube, I've never actually posted anything, just talking to you guys about it. And, it's been a difficult decision because I've moved, a lot of my tutorials, lightning tutorials, and screencasts and things like that over to Patreon only. So if you go there and subscribe to the Professor Hulk level, you have access to all that. And I'll show you quickly. This is kind of my Patreon page. If you come here, here's on the right, here's the different tiers that you can choose if you wanted to support me this way. I try to show sneak peeks of photos I'm working on. If I go to like forecasts, sometimes on a daily basis, if I chase, I will show you my targets and where I'm thinking I'll be. A lot of this was mostly in the plains. In Arizona, sometimes it's kind of harder for that. But I do my best. And here, like, you click on the tutorials keyword, you'll see screencast of how I edited this photo, settings for lightning photography. I'm working on a new one right now about keywords, metadata, how important it is to make sure in your Lightroom or whatever, Capture One, catalog, that you're maintaining a lot of good metadata. So, and I also, from time to time, live stream, and this live stream is only for my patrons, because I've had problems in the past, lots of people watching, people trying to get me in trouble with my kids. I don't want to go into it, but made me shy away from, doing kind of all access live streaming. And so I've been trying to do them through my Patreon page. I've only had a couple people watching at a time, so a little less motivation in doing it. But I'd like to start doing it again here if the monsoon picks up. So in the off season, the storm season is going to end soon. In the off season, I'm going to be doing more tutorials, and I'm going to start building an entire time lapse video screencast, a long one, which may be available on Patreon, part of it, but I'm going to probably sell it as a big package because I think I'm going to put a lot of work into it. So I just wanted to kind of pass this on to you guys so you knew what it was. I know it's really hard these days with money and budgets to think about spending more money on just some random guy on the internet. But if you are so inclined, if you'd like to see more things, if you would like to support what I do, you can click the link below and go to Patreon and become a patron. And I just anyone who has signed up, who's on YouTube right now, thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate it. Your hard-earned money helping me out. And it's kind of fun to do these tutorials, knowing that there's a benefit more than, I guess I would say, YouTube sometimes. So, without getting to nitty-gritty like numbers, YouTube ad revenue, I have 36,000 subscribers on YouTube, all you awesome people. But the ad revenue and stuff is, so low that with just 50 or 60 people on Patreon, I make, the return is way more than what YouTube would be able to do with 36,000 people compared to 50. So it's kind of hard to, focus so much stuff on YouTube, although things that I do post on Patreon, tutorials I'm going to try to release on YouTube later, like 2 or 3 months later. But I wanted to kind of give you the reasoning behind it. A lot of, that's kind of why Pecos and Daniel went to that model. The ad revenue, even for Hank, who has like 400,000 subscribers, I know it's just not as good as it used to be. Now he's on Patreon and doing much better and giving them great content and behind the scenes stuff that no one else gets anywhere else. I'm a Patreon subscriber to Pecos's page. I like seeing what he does, sneak peeks of the new nature stuff he's working on and all that. If you don't know about him, go to his Patreon page too and support him. He's a great guy. So I just wanted to put that out there. I haven't really talked to you guys on YouTube too much about it. Hopefully that makes sense and you understand. I'm still going to be doing some live editing streams and stuff on YouTube, of course, once or twice a week, but nothing formal. And those usually disappear. They go unlisted afterwards. So hopefully, this was something that you might be interested in. If not, it's okay, but please keep subscribing and comment on the live edits. Hopefully you'll be able to join in on those. But if you have any questions, hit up the comments. If you want to bash me a little bit, that's fine. I get it. But I will be doing more stuff coming up for YouTube anyway. I'm definitely going to be coming out with another film either later this year, early next year, a black and white 8K storm film with a bunch of new footage from the last couple years. Some of it in vorticity, whatever, but I want to do a new black and white 8K film. So anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch this. If you have any questions, again, hit the comments. Thank you for subscribing and supporting me in that way. I really, really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your week.